It's coffee time. And good Saturday morning. It's Saturday morning coffee time. I'm Pastor Clifford Larrabee of the Spooner Church of the Nazarene on my Friday night walk. And we got a great half hour ahead for you as we visit our small community of Coffee Time USA. And Principal Pete of the Coffee Time USA High School, he's looking for a substitute teacher. Some weird candidates have showed up, and you'll find out a little bit later. And we're going to visit the Marcia Makironi Cafe to just see what people are saying about Coffee Time USA's most favorite cafe. Of course, it's the only one. Hey, we hope you love our coffee times on Saturday and Sunday mornings. From the Spooner Church of the Nazarene, we are glad you are with us.
I love the thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people. Love the thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people. What a sight just to see all the happy faces praising God in heavenly places. What a thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people.
I'm so glad I'm a part of the family of God. I've been washed in the fountain, cleansed by his blood, joint heirs with Jesus as we travel this sod. For I'm part of the family of God. You know, as most of us look back in high school, in grade school, from kindergarten all the way through our senior year of high school, I think most of us can say there was at least one teacher we really liked, or two or three that really stood out. Maybe you didn't like school. Maybe you were somewhere in between. You didn't like it too much, but you didn't hate it too much. Maybe there was a principal you like. Well, today we're going to Coffee Time USA, that little community where Principal Pete is having an awful time having enough substitute teachers. So he's pulling some people in from the community, interviewing them to see if they would be a good candidate, one of them, to be a substitute teacher. So let's go to Principal Pete's office in Coffee Time USA, coming up on Saturday morning coffee time.
What a sight just to see all the happy faces praising God in heavenly places. What a thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people.
Well, everybody, my name is Principal Pete Principal. Pretty good name, isn't it? I am the principal of the public school here in Coffee Time USA, and we are short on substitute teachers. I think it's so wonderful that you guys have come in to apply for the job as the substitute. We only have room for one, so we're going to do a verbal test. I'm just going to give these questions out loud, and you have to give the answer. Tell us, you're unleaded gas pump. Tell us a little bit about yourself, unleaded, and why you want to be a substitute.
Well, I would like to be a substitute because I got lots of time on my hands. Gas prices are so high now, people are avoiding my station. And so I got extra time, and there's a modicum of knowledge I think I might be able to pass on. Yeah.
Well, Sam, the sheep herder, why do you want to be a substitute?
Well, I'm used to herding sheep, and they're kind of dumb. And I kind of like to work with like people that I can actually impart some knowledge to.
Well, good. And Keyboard Harriet, our Coffee Time music player. What made you want to be a sub?
Because I don't want to work full-time.
You don't want to work full time.
Well, and I think Harriet came in also because she thought she heard that there was an opening for a basketball coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard
She's a dunker.
I heard she could do one mean layup.
She does a dunk.
Right.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna just ask you the question here, and we'll start with you, Unleaded.
Uh-oh.
Okay? What does horsepower mean? And now I'm not gonna tell you guys if you get these answers right or wrong, because I don't want to embarrass you. Because the script doesn't have the answer. But anyway, I don't want to embarrass you, but when we're done, I will let you know if I pick one of you. Go ahead.
All right.
What is horsepower?
So, and is there a number that's supposed to?
Number one.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry, number
That's
one. I'm
okay.
sorry.
I didn't know we were going in
Yeah.
sequence.
That's not in the script. Number
All right,
one.
all right.
What is horsepower?
Well, 1 horsepower is the amount of energy it takes to drag a horse 500 feet in 1 second.
Interesting.
That's a lot of horsepower.
Sam,
Yeah.
number 2 question. How can you avoid getting hit by thunder and lightning?
You can listen to thunder after lightning and tell how close you came to getting hit. If you don't hear it, you got hit. So never mind.
Okay, we're going to go to question 4 here, Keyboard Harriet, because the one question don't make sense. What is the law of gravity, Keyboard Harriet?
The law of gravity says no fair jumping up without coming back down.
Okay. All right, we're trying to see how smart you guys are. We got to have smart teachers in our school subbing. Sam, question number 6 or 5. What happens when you first break up molecules? What happened when they first broke up molecules, Sam?
When they broke open molecules, they found they were only stuffed with atoms. But when they broke open atoms, they found them stuffed with explosions.
Wow. Okay, Unleaded.
All right.
What does orbiting mean?
When people run around and around in circles, we say they are crazy. When planets do it, they say they are orbiting.
Wow. Okay, I never heard that answer. Okay.
Me either.
Keyboard Harriet, explain what is a rainbow?
Rainbows are just to look at, not to really understand.
Okay. Let's go to question 9, Sam. Tell me something about magnets. Number 9.
Someday we may discover how to make magnets that can point in any direction.
You know, I've never heard that. Okay, Unleaded, number 10. Tell me about the weather in South Africa.
In South Africa, it has cold summers and hot winters, but somehow they still manage.
Okay. Well, let's go back to you, Keyboard Harriet. Can you tell me, is the sun a star in number 11?
Most books now say our sun is a star, but it still knows how to change back into a sun in the daytime.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, back to you, Sam. Question number 12. Tell me about the freezing and boiling point of water.
Water freezes at 32 degrees and boils at 212 degrees. There are 180 degrees between freezing and boiling because there are 180 degrees between north and south.
That's deep.
That is very deep.
Actually, it is.
All right, I tell you what, trying to find a substitute for our school is going to be tough. Next question to you, Unleaded. What is a vibration in number 13?
Well, a vibration is a motion that cannot make up its mind which way it wants to go.
Okay, interesting. Okay, Keyboard Harriet, you have question 14. Tell me something about vitamins that nobody knows.
There are 26 vitamins in all, but some of the letters are yet to be discovered. Finding them all means living forever.
Wow. You must have studied a little pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
I thought so. Sam, you have question 15. Tell me something about the population of the Earth.
There's a tremendous weight pushing down on the center of the earth because of so much population stomping around up there these days.
Okay. Okay, Unleaded. Let's say you're going to teach science, okay, at our school.
Okay.
Tell me something about fossils in number 17.
Well, lime is a green tasting rock.
And the next one. Tell me something about fossils. That was the wrong question. Tell me, I skipped one, I'm sorry. Tell me something about fossils.
Many dead animals in the past changed to fossils while others preferred to be oil.
Okay. All right, Keyboard Harriet, number 18. This is going to be a tough question because it's kind of in the science area. Define genetics.
Genetics explain why you look like your father, and if you don't, why you should.
Okay, that's interesting. Sam, number 19. Define what the word vacuum means.
Vacuums are nothings. We only mention them to let them know we know they're there.
Okay. So let's go back to science again here, unleaded. What does oxygen molecules do in number 20?
Well, I can't speak to all of them, but some of them help fires burn while others make water. So sometimes it's better, it's brother against brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's tough. And you understand.
And I don't have
families.
glasses on today, so you guys have
Okay.
to be patient with me here.
Question number 21, Keyboard Harriet. This is the question, if I can read my mind. How can you tell time without a watch?
Some people can tell what time it is by looking at the sun, but I have never been able to make out the numbers.
You know, I haven't either. I've never, it's hard to make out numbers. I don't know how the Indians did it. Do you? How
No,
did they? I don't need, okay.
And I've been lost in time lately because it's been cloudy a lot, so.
Okay, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing a beauty class at the school.
Oh, no.
Tell me something about perfume, and number 22 is our question.
We say the cause of perfume disappearing is evaporation. Evaporation gets blamed for a lot of things people forgot to put on the top, forgot to put the top on.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Unleaded, number 24 is your question. What happens when you look at water under a microscope?
Well, in looking at a drop of water under a microscope, we find there are twice as many H's as O's.
That is very true. You guys are one for our kids. I can't imagine what the future is going to be like at this school. Keyboard Harriet, question number 25. What is a cloud in the sky and how is it formed?
Clouds are high-flying fogs. I am not sure how clouds get formed, but the clouds know how to do it, and that is the important thing. Clouds just keep circling the earth around and around and around. There is not much else to do.
That is so true. You ever wonder what do they do up there all day? I mean, Sam, you have question number 26 here. I'd like you to tell me something about humidity. Explain humidity.
Humidity is the experience of looking for air and finding water. We keep track of the humidity in the air so we won't drown when we breathe.
Wow, this guy really knows,
He's deep.
because he's out there with the sheep every
Yeah,
day.
he's deep.
Okay, unleaded. Question number 27. Tell me what you know about rain.
Well, other than the fact it gets me wet, it is known as soft water.
Okay.
Oppositely known as hail. Rain is saved up in the cloud banks.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
That's
all
pretty
three
deep.
of those.
Well, Harriet, I'm going to go back to you. Tell me more about fossils.
Is that 28?
28, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. In some rocks, you can find the fossil footprints of fishes.
Really? Okay, Sam, question number 29. This is deep because, you know, there's a drug problem going on in our world. So what is so dangerous about cyanide?
Oh, cyanide. It's so poisonous that one drop of it on a dog's tongue will kill the strongest man.
Okay, unleaded, we have some kids that are thinking about being meteorologists. How would you explain what a blizzard is?
Well,
Question
that's
30.
easy, yeah. A blizzard is when it snows sideways.
I never thought of that.
It is.
Well, Keyboard Harriet, back on the weather. What is a hurricane?
A hurricane is a breeze of a bigly size.
Okay, and Sam, the sheep herder, you work outside. What is a monsoon?
Oh, that's a French gentleman.
Oh. You speak foreign language too.
Okay. Well, back on the weather thing now, unleaded gas pump. What is thunder? Can you explain thunder?
Yeah, it's a very rich source of loudness.
Let's go to 35. I'm not even going to try to pronounce those. Harriet, Keyboard Harriet, tell me something about hot weather. Don't say unleaded.
It is so hot in some places that the people there have to live in other places.
Oh, wow. So, last question goes to you, Sam, the sheep herder. The wind. Tell me something about it.
It's like air, only pushier.
Wow. Well, if you just tuned in, I am Principal Pete, the principal at Coffee Time USA.
And you're in trouble.
And I will say,
We're your
don't call us, we will call you
Yeah.
as we look for a substitute.
Yeah, I think I'll be pumping gas yet.
You know, I had some fun teachers in high school and grade school. There was a lot of them I loved. I think of Mrs. Barnett, who really invested time in me, and even though what we looked into I didn't pursue as a career, she was a lady that really helped me out. Her influence was phenomenal. Mrs. Bjork, she was another teacher that invested time with me and loved us kids like a mother. I think of my wrestling coach. I had him as a teacher once or twice. I can't remember exactly, but Coach Vern, all the way through high school. I didn't always do so great in wrestling. My senior year, I had some success, but I didn't always have my head screwed on straight. I think I could have done a lot better if I would have applied myself just a little more. But even though I never made it to state, and never won a conference championship, the first 3 years at 185 and the last year at heavyweight, Vern had a great influence on my life, Coach Vern. One of the things he said that has stuck with me to this day is that we're all memories. What kind of memory are you going to be? And I think as a Christian, what kind of memory are we going to be? A memorial for the Lord that speaks long after we're gone? Or are we going to be the type of person that when we die, we leave a bitter taste in people's mouths and they're kind of glad we're gone or really don't even care? I want to make a difference for Jesus, because our soul is the only thing from ourselves that we're going to take to heaven, not our money in the bank, not our cars. And there is treasure you can take to heaven. It's the lives you touch for Jesus. And I just thank Jesus for all the teachers I had. And I just mentioned a few, like Coach Vern and Mrs. Barnett and Mrs. Bjork, that had an influence. You know, I think of Principal Pete in that little skit from Coffee Time USA. I remember we had one junior high principal at Menominee Junior High, when they used to call it junior high. Now it's middle school. I think it was Mr. Fellrath. Kids didn't have enough money for lunch. He was always digging in his pocket, giving kids a buck or a quarter. Let's face it, folks. It's sometimes very, very hard to find a good place to eat. Just the other day, my wife and I and our daughter, we bought dinner at a local fast food. And for the three of us, it was almost $35, just as much as a sit-down restaurant. But I tell you what, if you lived in our little town of Coffee Time USA, you would want to go to the greatest cafe in town, the Marcia Makironi Cafe, the best cafe around, even though it's the only one in town. That's beside the point. And we're going to hear from some of her customers today, here on Saturday morning Coffee Time.
Marcia Makironi here, reminding you that Coffee Time with the Spooner Church of the Nazarene is brought to you by Marcia Makironi Cafe in downtown Coffee Time, USA. My cafe has been serving the community of Coffee Time, USA for almost 40 years. Just listen to what some of my faithful customers have to say about the Marcia Makironi Cafe.
All right, well, my name is Unleaded Gas Pump. And as the mayor of Coffee Time USA, we have chosen the Marcia Makironi Cafe as the place to do all our city council meetings.
Well, considering the city council sold the city hall building last year, they have to meet somewhere, and I do hope they build a new city hall building soon. I'm kind of tired of the mayor using my office for his office. It'd be nice if he'd leave his pet possum at home.
Well, I just have to add one thing. If you guys wouldn't have cut my salary, we wouldn't have had to sold the city hall. But we got to get my salary back, all right? It's all about me.
I'm Pastor Dave No Cash. The food is so good here at the Marcia Macaroni Cafe that my church has decided to never have a potluck in our church building again.
Pastor Dave No Cash and people of the West Side Coffee Time Church are wonderful people. However, it's really hard for me to make a profit when everyone brings a dish to pass on Saturday night.
Keyboard Harriet here. I am the president of the Coffee Time USA School of Polka Dancing and Square Dancing. The Marcia Macaroni Cafe is a wonderful place. They allow me to give my dance lessons every Friday night right in the cafe.
That's right. I even learned how to do the foxtrot while serving hot coffee.
Well, and let me tell you this. Nobody makes macaroni and watermelon appetizers quite like Marcia.
That's right. What can I say? It's just a gift.
Let me make it very clear. I have never seen anybody serve macaroni with such passion and joy like Marcia does.
What can I say? Macaroni helps to bring out the best in me.
You want to know something interesting and profound? There's not one thing served on the menu that Marcia does not serve with macaroni.
The world is like macaroni to me.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, not only does she serve macaroni with all her food, all the drinks at the cafe are served with macaroni as well. I personally will not start my day without a cup of Marcia's decaffeinated macaroni Irish coffee.
What can I say? I've never been to Ireland, so my decaffeinated macaroni Irish coffee makes me feel like the leprechauns are living in my kitchen.
Let me make it very clear. Nobody can serve macaroni dessert like the Marcia Macaroni Cafe. Marcia's whipped cream and macaroni apple dumpling pie is to die for.
What can I say? I've always had a weakness for macaroni pie of all kinds. Macaroni should be the official dessert of all the world. I really believe that.
You want to know something interesting and profound? Even the furniture and tables in the Marcia Macaroni Cafe are all made out of 100% hardened macaroni shells.
And I bet you can't find that at Burger King.
Well, let me tell you this. Marcia loves all her customers so much, she even names certain meats, or I think meals, after them. For example, you can order Unleaded's deviled macaroni eggs there.
Unleaded here can be such an egg himself at times, so I just had to name an egg after him.
Well, Marcia always tells me I'm like an egg-headed brother she never had.
Let me make it very clear. My favorite meal is the Pastor Dave No Cash macaroni omelets.
What can I say? Those omelets is for cash, of course.
You want to know something interesting and profound? Marcia even has a breakfast meal named after me. It's called the Keyboard Harriet Short Stack Pancake Meal.
Yeah, what can I say? The Keyboard Harriet Short Stack Pancake Meal is about the same height as Keyboard Harriet herself.
Well, let me tell you, what we all love about Marcia is that as much as she loves macaroni, Marcia loves her Lord and Savior Jesus Christ even more.
Yes, there's not enough macaroni in the world to take the place of my Lord and Savior.
That is why the Marcia Macaroni Cafe is never opened on Sunday.
I find when I put God first, everything I do in the restaurant business comes out better. Not only does my macaroni taste better when I put God first, but most importantly, my witness for Jesus Christ shines even brighter.
You want to know something interesting and profound? Jesus said in Matthew 16, "Then said Jesus unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is it profited a man, if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works."
So the staff and management at the Marcia Makironi Cafe live this principle out in their personal and professional lives.
It makes me think. I don't want people to say of me, hey, that's Pastor No Cash, also as Pastor Dave No Witness.
I don't want people to say of me, hey, you know that keyboard Harriet might be a good polka and square dancer, but she sure does not dance for Jesus.
And of course, I don't want people to say of me, hey, that Mr. Unleaded gas pump needs to get the lead out.
Marcia's testimony motivates all of us here to live our faith in Jesus Christ out even more in all areas of our lives. We do this by making Jesus number one in our lives.
And of course, I don't want people to say to me, hey, that Marcia Macaroni is full of baloney.
Boy, that's a good thing, because if you were full of baloney, I could not be around you at all, because I'm allergic to baloney.
Really? I wish you were allergic to possums.
Jesus needs to be the axle of the bicycle wheel of life, not just a spoke. Let me ask you that are listening, is Jesus your axle on the bicycle wheel of life, or just another spoke?
So stop in today to Marcia Macaroni's Cafe in downtown Coffee Time, USA. The Marcia Macaroni Cafe is proud to be this week's sponsor of Coffee Time with the Spooner Church of the Nazarene. If you like macaroni, then we are the macaroni place for you. Now back to the show.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. It is you, Lord. People need the Lord. People need the Lord. At the end of broken dreams, He's the open door. People need the Lord. People need the Lord. When will we realize that people need the Lord? Thank you for joining me for Saturday morning coffee time. I'm so glad you did. I hope you've trusted Christ alone for salvation. I hope that you've repented of your sins and let Christ come into your heart and fill you with His love, power, and joy. It comes by saying, Jesus, I trust your sacrifice alone to make it all possible. Lord, forgive me of my sins. Come into my heart, and He'll do the rest through you as you allow Him to work. If there's ever anything we can do for you here at the Spooner Church of the Nazarene, you can just send us a text or an email, probably an email at spoonerchurchofthenazarene@gmail.com. And me or Brad, we'd be happy to get back to you. I hope you join us again. Don't forget about Sunday morning coffee time at 7:30, Sunday night praise and Wednesday night praise, Sunday school with Pastor Cash. At the Spooner Church of the Nazarene, remember, Jesus cares, and so do we.